Kasi po, yung 570 payable in 10 years, may pension na. Sa 4Ps po, ibaba natin yon, pinapaaral ko ngayon, ibaba natin yon, and then extend natin mga siguro 2 to 5 years para ho yung pension nila pareho na rin doon sa nagbabayad ng 570. We can do it.
Bago tayo magpatuloy, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe sa aking channel. Thank you sa pag-click ng aking video. Good day po sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Sa mga bagong viewers at napadaan lang, by the way, I'm Tita Eda. Welcome to my channel. Ang channel na maghahatid sa iyo ng dagdag kaalaman tungkol sa government services, bagong mga balita at informative videos na galing sa legit na resources. Mag-subscribe na para updated ka.
What the 570 person pays for. You know what I'm saying? Yung mga iba, 570, ang pension niya siguro 3,000. Kung 300, siguro ang pension mo 2,000 or 1,500, depending on our actuarial study.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mary. Mary muna.
Morning po, Mary po from Radyo Pilipinas. I understand, ang isa po sa mga parang target beneficiaries, yung mga miyembro ng Workers Association, informal sector groups, may number ba tayo, Secretary, kung ilan, from the 4.4 million beneficiaries, ilan ba doon yung mga under nitong Workers Associations, mga...
The goal there is the entire 4.4.
Alright.
I don't think we should subset the 4.4 kasi the 4.4 themselves are the poor, marginalized, and vulnerable. So yan yung nasa database natin. Hindi na importante kung saan subset sila kasali.
Alright. And to us, President Makasait, kung matutuloy po yung 570 pesos na minimum, para lang po sa mga 4Ps beneficiary, magkano po ba yung aasahan nilang benepisyo kapag sila ay nagbabayad ng 570 pesos na kontribusyon sa SSS?
Your question is how much will the pension be if it's say
Yes
300?
po, yan, yung mga
Alam mo,
benefit.
sa GCASH kasi, I mean sa SSS, your pension, if you pay 570 for 10 years, siguro what we can do is, pinapaaral ko pa lang ha, huwag nyo mo nang ano to, today, if your pension is, if you pay 570 for 10 years, your pension will be between 2,000 to 3,000 a month. For 10 years yun. What we can do is probably bring it down to, say, 300 or 400, and then we have some corporate sponsors. That's one way of doing it. Meron kami yung pinag-usapan namin in Secretary Rex that we can do parang alkansya program. Yung nag-alkansya sila. And then po, pwede sila, siguro a little lower yung pension, pero we can extend the payment period. Instead of just 10 years, siguro we can do it for 12 years so that po, they will get the same pension even if they paid a smaller amount. Kasi po, yung 570 payable in 10 years, may pension na. Sa 4Ps po, ibaba natin yon, pinapaaral ko ngayon, ibaba natin yon, and then extend natin mga siguro 2 to 5 years para ho yung pension nila pareho na rin doon sa nagbabayad ng 570. We can do it that way. This require po actuarial studies talaga. And sila Secretary Rex po, tsaka yung team ko po, meron na po kaming ginawang mga kakausap sa kanila to finalize all these details po.
The important thing there is there's already a starting point that both SSS and DSWD believes that this is another instrument that we can use to provide safety nets for our 4Ps beneficiaries. We acknowledge that they have to be part of the SSS system para not just now but when they graduate out of the program. Remember the graduation of the program when you become self-sufficient or when you reach 7 years. So it's sort of a safety net for them na kailangan nila maunawaan. And that, again, while it's the responsibility of SSS to come up with these creative packages for 4Ps beneficiaries, kami naman, it will be our responsibility to sell those packages to them. When I say sell, make them understand the value of insurance, pension, make them understand na itong opportunity na to is being accorded to us by SSS and only for them. Diba? This special table of contributions.
Sound. Sige po. I'm Ari Silvestre po from UNTV po, ma'am. Sir, kay Secretary Rex po, balitan ko lang po hanggang kailan po yung paghuhulog po nito sa SSS at lahat po ba ng members ng 4Ps automatic magkakaroon po ng SS.
Okay, we answered that a while ago. We'll answer it again. It's voluntary. It's like SSS is voluntary, hindi namin siya pwedeng i-impose on the members. Ano yung pangalawang tanong?
Yung hanggang kailan po yung paghuhulog po?
Alin daw?
Po yung paghuhulog po ng...
Depends nga on the good president also.
Sige po.
Kasasabi ko lang, Iho, no?
Sorry.
Kasasabi ko lang.
Opo.
Sinabi ko, ang regular miyembro ng SSS to be vested with SSS rights and pension, kailangan po 10 years, di ba? Sabi ko, dahil baka ang ipapackage natin, mas maliit yung amount, pwede ko extend yung 10, 12, 15 years. Depende sa actuarial studies namin. Ano? So, pwede rin sila maging pensioner. Pero pwede rin 10 years, kaya lang mas maliit. Kung gusto nila kasi level dong parang sa iyo, they have to pay kasi big, 570. Hindi nila kaya. Kaya gusto ko paliitin yung amount monthly, pero i-extend ko siya. Yan ang plano ko namin.
Sige po, sir. Salamat po.
Sirs, good morning. Clarify ko lang po, saan i-invest itong mga pera na ibabayad ng mga 4-piece beneficiaries to ensure that these insurance premium will also be managed well?
Maris, you know, Maris, the SSS has been in existence for the last 66 years. Today, Maris, we release over 200 billion a year in benefits, and never has SSS failed in the distribution of all these benefits. I want you to know that the fund life of SSS is until 2054. Okay? The way things are going, we are doing extremely well. Last year, our income was about 80 billion. This year, we'll hit 100 plus billion. So I think, Maurice, you should not worry about that. We invest it
So we
properly.
want to know where it is invested, like for example, T-bills or...
We are very conservative, Maurice. We put it in some government bonds,
Okay.
government securities, in the Philippine stock exchange, Philippine stock market. And we lend it out to some of our members to our pension loans as well.
Sir, pwede rin po ba sila mag-top up? Kung halimbawa, medyo kumikita na sila, pwede po bang halimbawa yung amount na
Of course,
initially they
of course.
are
Ito
investing?
po yung maganda dito. Maganda po yung programa ni Secretary Rex, no? Eventually, self-sustaining na yung mga 4-piece, and I'm sure some of them become successful. Instead of just paying 570 pesos, they can bring it up to 1,000 pesos. It depends on them kung magkano nila gusto. Kasi
So
po,
there's no
voluntary
limit?
to. Walang limit.
Wow. Okay. Sir, Secretary, kanina sinabi nyo that it really depends on parang educating the 4-piece beneficiaries, no, to invest. Pero I'm sure this is also a challenge because how will you be able to really encourage these members, although it's voluntary, but how will you be able to encourage them considering the fact na parang sasabihin nila, ba't pa kami mag-invest? Yung pang araw-araw pa lang namin, hindi na nga namin kayang sustentuhan. So, how will you encourage, because this is very important, you know, after graduating from the 4-piece program, of course, you've mentioned na kailangan they'll be self-sufficient and they'll be very, kumbaga parang contributing members of the society. So, how will you...
Maris, it's really difficult, pero fighting poverty is never easy. And that's why nga in the 4-piece program, one of its main conditionalities, the family development sessions. And we really have to make sure that one, the packages are attractive. Two, that they understand the value of having a pension. And the challenge there, Maris, is not with the SSS, but with our family development session group. Yan ang mandate nila eh. It's not going to be easy. Tama ka doon. Pero it's rather, how do I put it? Rather than not doing anything, we'll keep on pushing it. To the same degree, marami naman doon sa tinuturo sa family development session are long-term culture-changing programs. Hindi behavior change. Hindi siya, social behavior change doesn't happen overnight eh. But in 7 years that they're part of the program, I believe na kakaulit mo sa kanila at kakadrill mo sa kanila ng values, they'll understand. But it all boils down again to how attractive the program is.
Okay.
How realistic is it? Ibig sabihin, sinabi na nga ng ating kaibigan ni President Makasait na gagawin nilang very attractive. So it's up to us. Kaya I used the word kanina, sell. It's really up to us to sell the concept to our 4-piece beneficiaries. But I'd like to point out, Maurice, before anything else, again, it's never been done. We've never introduced the concept of insurance or pension in the family development sessions. But to the same degree, we're introducing a whole lot of things in those family development sessions. For instance, we launched a couple of months ago yung e-wallets. We're teaching our 4-piece beneficiaries to migrate from basic deposit accounts to e-wallets like GCASH and Maya. So it's not easy, pero we have to do it. And it's our responsibility to future-proof the program and its beneficiaries.
When can they start availing of the program?
Which one to?
This one.
This one?
Alcantara program.
We just signed the MOA now, so magsa-start pa lang.
How long will it take for you to be able to start? When is the target?
Once the table of contributions has been finalized with SSS, we can start it tomorrow if ready na yon. The fastest, the better. The faster, the better.
But this is the first time that the 4Ps are hearing about it, or has this been introduced already
None.
to them?
This is the
in
first.
family
This
program?
is the first time.
Okay.
Maris, remember, part of the mandate of the President is one, to review the program. Kasi the program has been running for 15 years. And right now, we're revitalizing components of the program. So, since binuksan mo na, let me talk about these things. One, we're looking at its automation. It's automated right now, but the systems are a bit old na. So we have to, we're already in the process of procuring a more efficient framework for the IT side of it. Kasi ngayon, it still takes time to get the grants. So we're revitalizing that. Two, we're also looking at, remember, the inflation proofing of the program that was announced a couple of months ago by the
Happens if a beneficiary misses a payment? Like, how do we ensure the sustainability? Kasi some beneficiaries might be able to pay for like the first 3 or 4 months, and then
I can answer that very easy. Alam mo, even in a regular SSS member, keep this in mind that even for you guys here, even if you miss payments for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, it's okay. You can continue paying. Your old contribution will stay. It's cumulative 10 years, 120 payments. So even if you missed 1 year, 1 month, that won't matter. Okay? As long as it's cumulative 120 months.
And also, sir, last na lang po. Follow up lang dun sa question ni Maris kanina. Kanina kasi she asked about how to register, no? Parang i-integrate dun sa family development sessions. But ganito rin ba yung process for the monthly payments, or do we expect the beneficiaries to go to the SSS offices monthly para
Alam mo, the secretary just mentioned it. He's computerizing. He's computerized as he is right now. So are we. So the details po, I asked my staff, our executives here are already with us now, full force ang SSS, andito rin yung mga boss ng DSWD, they will talk about all these things. So to be honest with you, I don't like them to go to the SSS offices. We can do it through online contributions and through PAYMAYA and all these online payment infrastructures. That's what I wanted. Yeah.
Jervis, I just wanted to add to that. We didn't put a big highlight on it, but we're working on it. GCASH and Maya, we're migrating, again, selling the idea of e-wallets to our beneficiaries. It's an ongoing program. There's a parang we do it per region on a roadshow basis. So nandun kami, we talk about digital financial literacy, and then PAYMAYA and GCASH sets up booths where they sign up automatically. The whole concept there is when we do migrate everybody to e-wallets, that will be an easier mode of payment for their SSS bill, for other utilities later on. I believe that SSS is a working arrangement with Maya and GCASH.
GCASH, PAYMAYA.
So that's the reason why we were migrating them to GCASH and Maya.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Sheila. Hi.
Sir, for Secretary Gatchalian, sir, may you get an update po dun sa delisting program niya for 4Ps? Ilan na po yung set to graduate this year, and so far, ilan yung graduate na?
We're almost done with the list cleanup, but it's an ongoing concern. Every year, we have to look at their well-being to see kung self-sufficient na ba sila. This year, this August, 400 daw. 400,000 are set to leave the program this August. So, but again, hindi porket umalis na yung 400, tapos na kami doon. Remember, merong mga city link who are case managers who watch the well-being of every beneficiary. So pag nakita natin na umangat na sa buhay, we will have to keep on graduating more. But this year, 400,000 are set to leave the program.
So far, ilan na po yung
Alin?
So far, ilan yung nag-graduate?
Since when? Hindi, wag since the delisting started. Since the delisting kasi and graduate are two separate things, ha? 426,000 ang graduate because of improved well-being. They're self-sufficient already. But Maris, it doesn't include the ones that we delisted because hindi sumunod sa rules. Yun, ibang usapan pa yun kasi may mga, they didn't fulfill the conditions, so they have to exit the program. No, that's not part. That's not part.
Sir, for SSS, sir, may iba pa ba kayong program for other sectors like yung mga barangay official kasi they don't have SSS but they considered public servant? Meron kayong mga ibang similar programs?
Oh yeah, actually today, naintindihan ko, there are 50,000 barangay chairman, 500,000 barangay kagawads. Wala kaming ginawa nationwide. Nire-rehistro namin sila kasi hindi sila miyembro ng GCASH. We're asking them to be voluntary members of the SSS. And there are local governments also who are subsidizing their membership with the SSS. And voluntarily, they pay 570 a month. And they've listed so many local governments already. Yes, including, alam mo, pati mga job orders. All the job orders kasi, working for government, are not members of the GCASH. So for instance, I signed an agreement with the city government of Quezon City. Sa Quezon City pa lang, ang job order, 12,000 na. So ginawa namin silang voluntary members of the SSS. I'm sure dito sa DSWD, marami rin hong secretary na job order. Pwede rin namin silang i-voluntary members ng SSS. We want to do that. We're doing that nationwide.
Follow-up lang po kay Secretary. You mentioned before kanina po na may 426,000 na self-sufficient na. Hindi na po ba yung kasama dun sa 4.4 million na 4-piece?
Hindi na sila kasama, pero meron rin tayong waitlist, remember? So whenever may umi-exit, may pinapalitan rin
So
natin.
pwedeng bumaba yung 4.4?
No, whenever somebody exits, we have a big waitlist. We have close to 500,000. Mayroon kaming waitlist, so nire-replace lang siya.
Okay. Secretary, update ko lang po yung status na kasi may sinasabi ang DSWD before during our press con na pag nagkaroon ng inflation, may plano po kayong itaas yung...
Well, that's part of the discussion we had with the President and he's subscribing to it. We're already working out the final details with NEDA. And once we get that up and running, that should be incorporated in the amendments to the 4-piece law na may automatic indexing based on inflation.
Magkano po kaya yung pwedeng idagdag?
Ma'am, you cannot put it in absolute numbers. I don't think it's fair to put it in absolute numbers kasi when you talk about inflation, you have to talk about formulas. So the formula is still being fine-tuned with NEDA.
Mga kailan po kaya natin to aasahan niyo?
Definitely, it will not happen this year kasi we know naman that the budget for next year is already being fine-tuned. But even in our projection, it was supposed to target namin 2026 ang target talaga namin dyan.
Thank you po.
Alright?
Sir, paano po? Sir, ilan po yung nasa waitlist ngayon?
300,000.
Sir, other topic ako. May issue daw po sa Davao. Sinasabi ni Kong Pulong Duterte na hindi siya nabigyan ng AICS. So, medyo nagkakagulo.
I'm not aware, but I'm not aware. One thing for sure though, all our regional offices in Davao are functioning and catering to constituents as we speak. But I don't know about the issue nationwide. I'd rather say it this way. All our regional offices nationwide are functioning and are processing claims and social welfare requests.
You don't release AICS to politicians, congressmen.
To what?
It's not in your policy to release yung mga ayuda to the politicians, di ba? Sa may pronouncement na kayong ganon.
Our partners, our stakeholders, mga local government units, mga congressional offices, they can refer to DSWD and then DSWD processes it in our office based on our social workers' own assessments.
But they cannot do the actual release.
Because our social welfare, di ba, our social workers are the ones doing the assessment.
If sa tingin mo, natulungan ka ng video ko na ito, nakasave ka sa oras mo, you can click yung thanks button at any amount ay malaking help sa pag-grow ng channel ko. Yun lang po muna ang aking update. Sana ay nakatulong na dagdag kaalaman ang aking shinare today. Ang goal ng aking channel ay mag-create ng awareness. Kung ganitong mga topic ang gusto mo, panoorin mo ang mga videos ko na ito. Thanks for watching! Kung may kapamilya, kaibigan o kakilala sa tingin mo ay magiging interesado sa video, please share or tag sila sa comment section. At syempre, if nagustuhan mo ang video, i-like mo na ito at subscribe ka na din. As always, feel free to write your questions, comments, and opinions respectfully. And continue to be a blessing and stay safe!